Hello guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today I'm going to predict the top 6 and the bottom 6 championship sides. There are 9 games left in the season. Who will stay up and who will get promotion to the Premier League. But before I get into the video guys, make sure you smash the like button on this video. Comment down below your predicted top 6 and bottom 6 sides. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more championship content. So let's get on with the video. So I'm going to start with predicting the bottom 6 championship teams. And then I'll move on to the top 6 championship teams. So the team which I believe will finish 24th in the championship will be Barnsley. Now the reason why I think Barnsley will finish 24th in the championship is because I do not think they've got the experience which they will need to get out of this relegation fight. I've already watched Barnsley at the start of the season where Luton beat them 3-1 at their place, and you can clearly tell that they lacked any experience in that side. They need a few players in that team which have got championship experience, who have played lots of championship games. They just don't have that. I believe they've got a transfer policy where they only sign certain players at a certain age. That has to change if you're willing to stay in the championship. But for me, I don't think Barnsley have that experience to stay up in the championship. So I do believe they are going to finish 24th in the table. Now the team which I think will finish 23rd in the championship will be Hull City. Big mistakes by Hull in January in getting rid of their best players. Big mistake, and not replacing them as well, by the way. Haven't replaced them with good enough players. And I think the owners at Hull have learned a big lesson. Since the start of the year, Hull's form has been terrible. And honestly, I can't see it getting better. I know a few of their players have refused to play the remaining 9 games. Marcus Madison, who they've got on loan, has refused to play as well. I know he hasn't done too well for Hull this season, but he's got incredible stats, especially in League One. But the fact that he's refused to play as well, it's going to impact Hull in a number of ways. And I just can't see them staying up. Their fans think they're going down as well. So for me, Hull are going to finish 23rd in the championship. And finally, the team which I do think will finish in that 22nd place spot will be Charlton. Now, yes, I am a Luton fan, so you're thinking to myself, of course, I'm going to say Luton are going to stay up this season. But I feel like out of all the teams which are in the bottom 3 now, I just think Luton have more positives than Charlton and Barnsley. I feel like Hull's form is just going to bring them down. Luton, we've got the new manager Impact. You know, our key players are back. There's more positives for Luton. That's why I think Luton will stay up. But the reason why I think Charlton will go down, I think the fact that throughout the whole season they've had players injured. These next 9 games are going to be coming at us quick and fast. Saturday, Tuesday. Can those Charlton players handle that amount of game time which will be coming at them? I don't think they'll be able to. And the fact that Lyle Taylor has refused to play the remaining 9 games as well, I just don't see how Charlton can get through this. And don't forget as well, their fans have helped Charlton massively throughout the whole season in cheering them on in getting those wins. Without fans being in stadiums, I just can't see where Charlton are going to get those points from. I think they may start well, but I think the remaining 5 games, I just think they're just not going to do well at all. So the bottom 3 for me will be Barnsley, Hull and Charlton. Now, yes, I said Luton will finish 21st in the championship. I do believe we are good enough to stay up in the championship. I feel like we're going to have the new manager Impact. Our key players, like I said, have returned back from injury. One of them was just a reoccurring injury. The rest have had long-term injuries, so hopefully they can deal with the remaining 9 games quite well. But I just feel like there's a lot more positives for us. No Luton player has refused to not play the remaining 9 games compared to the other teams. So I just feel like there's more positives for Luton. And if you look at Luton's running, for the remaining 9 games, it's a lot easier compared to the other teams. Now, the team which I think will finish 20th in the championship is Wigan. In previous seasons, Wigan have always managed to stay up. They just find a way, and because they've got that experience of staying up, that's the reason why I think they'll be okay and they won't have any problems. In the Premier League, they were known for staying up through their relegation fights. They always leave it late, but they've got that experience of knowing how to stay up in a relegation dogfight. So for me, that's the reason why I think Wigan will finish 20th. And then the team which I think will finish 19th in the championship is Middlesbrough. I can't see them finishing above Huddersfield or Stoke. And I think one of their key players as well, one of the defenders, has refused to not play the remaining 9 games because he's linked to a move to Leeds. I can't remember the player's name, but I'll show a picture of him right now. That's the reason why I think Middlesbrough will finish 19th in the championship. Moving on to the top 6 teams in the championship. Now, a number of teams can finish in the playoffs. You've got Bristol City, you've got Millwall, Preston North End, Swansea, Cardiff, Blackburn. But to be fair, I only think 3 teams have a chance of finishing in those playoff places. I think it's between Bristol City, Millwall and Preston North End. Preston North End, I think when their key players are out injured, that's when they start to struggle. Will their key players stay fit throughout the whole 9 games? I'm not too sure. Millwall are the surprise package, to be fair. I never expected them to be as far up in the table as they are now. Obviously, the style of football which Millwall play has helped them massively in gaining points this season. I think that style of play could actually earn Millwall even more points in the remaining 9 games. They just need to make sure that their key players don't get injured in the remaining 9 games as well. I think that's the most important thing, like, throughout the whole of this, like, remaining, like, games in the season, making sure that key players do not get injured. And finally, Bristol City. Out of those 3 teams which I've mentioned, Bristol City, Preston North End and Millwall, you would expect Bristol City to finish in those playoff places because they've got the quality to do that. But sometimes they can be on and off Bristol City. You just never know. But the team which I think will finish 6th in the Championship will be Millwall. I just feel like they're going to surprise a lot of people. Their style of football is just going to gain them points. The team which I think will finish 5th will be the same team which is currently 5th now, and that's Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest have had a fantastic season. I don't see them falling out of those playoff places either. They've had a fantastic season, and I just feel like they're not going to fall out of those playoff places. The team which I think will finish 4th in the Championship is the same team which are currently 4th in the Championship right now, and that's Brentford. I think Brentford's front 3 are going to be so important for them to make sure they stay in those playoff places. As long as they can keep that front 3 firing in form, then they'll have no problems in staying in the playoff places. The team which I think will finish 3rd in the Championship will be Fulham. Fulham's defence for me has let them down throughout the whole season. I feel like if they had a better defence, they would be in the top 2. Mitrovic is going to be desperate to obviously claim that Golden Boot award, so he wants to be scoring goals in these next 9 games. I think the quality in that Fulham side is good enough to go up, and I do think they'll finish 3rd. I think they're just too far away from the likes of West Brom and Leeds. So overall in the playoffs, Fulham, Brentford, Nottingham Forest and Millwall. Fulham and Millwall will play each other. I reckon Fulham will beat Millwall, so Fulham will be in the final. And then I think Brentford will beat Nottingham Forest, so then it'll be Fulham and Brentford at the final at Wembley. But I do think Fulham will get promotion to the Premier League. So who's going to win the league? I reckon it's going to be West Brom. Now, West Brom are currently 1 point behind Leeds. I just have a feeling Leeds are just going to crumble under the pressure. Leeds have been desperate to return back to the Premier League, and I feel like their fans would accept like promotion. They don't care how, they get it. They just want promotion back to the Premier League, and I do think they are going to get promotion back to the Premier League. I just don't think they're going to win the league. I feel like they're going to drop a few points. I know Leeds have got to play the current bottom 3 teams in the Championship. I just reckon they're going to crumble at some point, and West Brom are going to take advantage of that and win the league. So I reckon West Brom will win the title and Leeds will come 2nd. So there you have it, guys. That is the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Make sure you drop a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below, like I said, your top 6 and bottom 6 teams which you think will finish in the top 6 or bottom 6. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Don't forget to follow me across all my social media if you haven't done already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.